Rev up your engines! Today I'm going to continue my never-ending series on products I test out that actually work. The first one is a battery charger and desulfator that works quite well. It's called the Intertech Power Pop. And as usual, nobody's paying me to talk about this stuff. Companies send me stuff in the mail, as you can see. They send me an insane amount of stuff. Look at all these boxes. And that's only about half of what I've gotten in the last month. I got boxes all over the place, let me tell you. I got a lot of stuff I'm trying out. So you don't have to waste your time buying some crap and saying, what a load of crap. I'll test it out first, and then you can see which ones actually work. Now this is more than a battery charger. You can see it's got a trickle charge, quick charge, rapid charge, and man, they're making these things smaller and smaller. My old big one was half the height of my car. You don't need that crap anymore. It not only charges, but it has a winter mode. You got a motorcycle, you want to keep it stored in the winter, you don't want the battery to go flat. And it also has what's called desulfation. It has a program and you can hook it up, and it will help desulfate your battery so it'll last longer. Desulfation actually does work. Most people are too lazy to do it, but the machine does it. You just plug it in and leave it alone. It can recondition your battery, and it also has an engine start. So let's say you're in a big hurry and your battery's totally flat. You just push the engine start and it gives it a whole bunch of power to start at one time. It's very simple to use. Of course, you just plug it in, 120 volts, the machine comes on. And if you're really dumb, it even tells you, don't forget to put the clamps on. So I'll put them on. See what the old machine says. It knows it's a standard battery. And now it's charging it. And it's smart because it is charging at 2 amp trickle charge. The cooling fan's on now, so it's never going to overheat. It's showing you what it's doing. It desulfated it, doing a soft start. Then as it's charging it, it shows the absorption level. Now it's analyzing it. Then it goes back to charging it again. You can see it's already up to 75%. It's really quite amazing what modern electronic technology can do with a battery charger. If you don't know much about batteries, you don't want to really charge a battery as fast as possible. It shortens the lifespan of the battery. That's why I laugh at these electric cars where we're going to charge them as fast as we can. We'll charge them 80% in 30 minutes. It destroys the battery over time doing that. It makes them build up crystals. It wears them out faster. Now this is a lead acid battery. It's different than the stuff in electric cars, but the same basic principles apply. You're better to have it charged gradually, and this machine, as it's charging it, analyzes it. It's not like, okay, you put in a charger at 2 amps or 5 amps or 20 amps and just leave it there bubbling away, right? No, this analyzes it. It changes the charge as it goes, and when it's done, you got it perfectly charged, and your battery's going to last as long as possible. And like I said, it's got a winter mode. You can put your cars in it in winter, motorcycles, boat batteries, whatever you want. It's quite an interesting contraption. It works quite well for a very reasonable price. When you consider batteries, some of them are pumping well over $200, might not be a bad idea to get one of these and make them last longer. Desulfation really does work. It's not a myth. You want your batteries to last as long as possible? A little machine like this does quite a bit. As you can see now, it's almost done, 95%. Now it's only charging 1.2 amps, 1.1 amps, back and forth until it's finally done. Because gentle, it's really better for your battery. Technology has really changed with even regular car batteries, not electric cars, just plain old lead acid batteries, and these machines make them last as long as possible. Like I say, considering the price of new batteries, one of these is not a bad idea. Now the next thing I checked out is this Fiddling electric bicycle. It's a lot of fun, but it's actually very practical if you live in an area where you can ride bicycles to work. Great shock absorbing systems that are totally adjustable. Wave rotor disc brakes. Even in the back, this thing stops on a dime. And yes, it's an electric bike. You turn it on, and there comes the screen. And this particular one is cool because it can go real fast. You can go up. I like going all the way to 5. Because that's the fastest. And believe you me, it's pretty quick. Now, I guess technically they have a lot. If they go over 20 miles an hour, they're not an electric bike. This thing goes well over 20 miles an hour the way it came. There's no arguing that. I got it over 30, pedaling pretty hard with the assist. They might be skirting things here or there. I don't know. They give you a warning. I mean, if you're really worried, just set it down. Instead of having it on 5, you can go lower speeds where it'll only go to a certain speed and it won't go over 20 miles an hour. For those of you who are completely law-abiding citizens and won't go over 20 miles an hour in an electric bicycle. But on the other hand, as far as I know, there's no speed limit for regular bicycles, right? This thing has a regular Shimano 8-speed transmission. And it's quick shift too, just like a Ferrari. You go up, you go down. Hey, no messing around. Let me tell you, I've had fun with this thing. But it's not just an electric regular bike, it's a folding bike. so you can put it in your car. Everything comes apart. All you have to do is loosen the middle clip. All right, stage 1 and stage 2. The handlebar comes off too. You got a big trunk, you can put it in. You got a hatchback, you can put it in. If you got a pickup truck, you could probably fit 10 of these things in the back. Then when you want to put it back together, move it up, lock it in place, turn the wheel. Don't do it on a hill like I am. It neatly fits here. This locks in place. Now it's not going to come in half because this locks. In order to unlock it, you got to push the button. Just make sure that's not locked. You got to make sure it's tight when you put it in. You want to hit it good and hard so it's locked in place. Whenever you use it, make sure it's in, pull on it. Make sure it doesn't come out and it's locked in place. You don't want to fall in half when you're going down the road 30 miles an hour. And all of these have the motor built into the hub. They're direct drive. They got a decent sized battery. No, it is an electric bicycle, but since it has the regular Shimano, it rides like a regular bicycle, so you don't have to worry about being stranded like a purely electric one that has no extra power. And those wide tires, those fat tires are phenomenal. You can ride them on the sand, beach, mud, wherever you want to go. They're really a lot of fun, and they're pretty practical if you live in an area where you can commute by bicycle and electricity. You can often go about 25, 30 miles in one of these things. Who's commuting any further than that on a bicycle? Real serious rack. They can hold over 100 pounds. These are serious bikes. Everything's adjustable on them. Simple, snap it, make it go higher or lower. Same thing with the front. It's totally adjustable up or down. And believe me, I've tried out a bunch of these electric bikes. I have to say, this is one of my most favorite ones because it will fit in and it's got nice heavy construction. It's got a pretty good range and it's got the 5 speeds. And if you're curious, here's the model. And now we're going from an expensive electric toy to a really inexpensive light. Now this thing was like 20 bills. And of course it does the usual craziness, you know, it does 8 million things, flashing, red, warning, all kinds of stuff that it can do. But for this price, I was amazed. A lot of times you get stuff like this, they're junk, you throw them away. And handy handle, but it's more than a handle. Check it out. It's a tripod. You can stick it wherever you want. Put it at whatever angle you want. And like I said, I've been using this thing for months and it's still got 3/4 of a charge on it. And the weird thing is, it doesn't weigh much. They got the battery that's in this thing, the lithium ion battery, it's got to be packed full of power. It doesn't weigh much, but it's lasted so long. I get some of these, you turn the light on bright and then 10 minutes later, they start to get dim. This shows you the full charge level, no worries, right? And it's simple. You can either charge it with the Samsung type charger, the old Samsung ones, not the modern one, or you can charge it with a USB cable. It's set up for everything. And for something this inexpensive, I'm impressed. Super bright, and it lasts a long time. Combination of how long it lasted and having 2 normal charging ports where you don't have to say, oh man, what did I do with the charger for that stupid device? It's different than every other one. Whoever invented this one had brains. They made what people want, and they made it quite well. Like I say, I've been using it for months. It's still got a 3/4 charge on it. I am impressed by this little dinky flashlight, especially since it's got the tripod. You can put it wherever you want. When you're working, I use it at the house. I use it in the garage. I use it when I'm working on cars. I use it when I go outside at night if I'm looking for burglars. Hey, it's a handy little light. You might think, oh, big deal. But hey, for that kind of money, works this good, lasts that long, I'm sold on this little light. Now, the only thing I've got against this light is the absurdity of some of these Chinese companies. If you look at this light, there's not a single name on this. No name, no company. Take it apart, look inside. There is no name on this thing. It has absolutely no name on it. The last product I'm going to talk about today is a jump starter, but not any jump starter. This thing is insane. It's the top of the line for a small jump starter. It can start up to a 9-liter gasoline engine. Now, it's not cheap. It's over $200. This is not an inexpensive jump starter, but it's real. It's not a joke. First of all, check out the jumper cables. They're thick. These are real jumper cables. This isn't one of those $50 ones or $30 ones. The skinny little wires you're going to attempt to start your car will probably melt the wires, right? This is a serious jump starter. I don't know how they get that much power in these tiny little things. Maybe you're looking for a Christmas gift for the man who has everything. Well, this thing will start his car up to 9 liters, and most cars don't have engines that big anymore, so... They get a lot of power packed in one of these tiny things. And believe me, I have actually checked out hundreds of these things. And yeah, it's expensive, but it's real. I've had the cheaper ones. Sometimes the wires melt, or you turn the car and all it'll go is click, click because they don't have enough power. This thing has serious power in a tiny little package that you can just stick in the trunk of your car. And check it out, it's color coordinated. Oh, yeah, look at that. The man knows everything. Color coordinated jump starter. But seriously, it's an actual tool that really does its job. It's not cheap, but you really won't get stranded with one of these. It's got a lot of power with real cables, not little toys with tiny little wires that are going to melt. So now you know, there's some interesting products out there that actually work. All these boxes, and these over here, and more in my cellar. And my shed's full of them too. But I have fun testing them out. What the heck? Then you get to get all my knowledge with good stuff without having to test out all the crappy ones like I do. One of these days I'll make another crappy one to warn you of things not to buy. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.